Titled Brother-in-Law is trying to steal my deceased wife's inheritance after finding out I'm donating it to charity. Last year, my wife passed away at age 57 after battling cancer for a number of years. Prior to her passing, both of her parents passed away in 2017 and 2020. All of their possessions and money was left in a trust that was to be divided between my wife and her two siblings. They were all pretty much in agreement as to what everyone was getting from the inheritance, and what was sold and what was kept. This was great as we really needed the money to pay for my wife's care, and couldn't afford to have any fights with the family because of all the stress we were already dealing with. Sadly, my wife had passed not long after, and I received her inheritance. After the passing of my wife, her side of the family went radio silent. This was very out of character for them, but I just chalked it up to them mourning the loss of my wife in private. But that all stopped when my brother-in-law reached out to me, and basically said that the appropriately respectful amount of time had passed since my wife's death, and I needed to return what was left of her share of the inheritance to my brother and sister-in-law, since my wife and I had no children together. I responded very politely to my brother-in-law stating that my wife had left everything to me, so I was fully entitled to it, as well as that I intended to give most of what was left to the charities my wife supported prior to her passing, and I want to donate to the hospital that greatly cared for her and did everything for my wife before her death. He got very upset and said that I was stealing family money and that I wasn't entitled to it because there is no proof that my wife wanted me to have the money. He accused me of throwing it all away to charities. Now my sister-in-law has also rushed out saying that as she has 3 children and a big mortgage, she needs the money more than some charity does. I'm sure the rest of the family is gonna come out of the woodworks and demand the money until I eventually just give in. So now I feel like I might be being a jerk by giving away what is left of my wife's inheritance instead of giving it to her siblings. Am I in the wrong?